You are listening to the Casting Shadows podcast. Expect role-playing games and not much else. With today's prompt of thank, RPG A Day 2021 comes to an end for another year. If you posted, thank you. Your posts, your responses, your tweets, your interpretive dance, your images, these things may have drawn attention to something forgotten, something new, something vibrant, or something fading away. You may have added your voice to many, or you may have been the lone voice singing praises in the wilderness. Whether you posted positively about your experiences with role-playing games a few times, or once, or made it most or even all of the way through the event, know that you have contributed threads to the global and multilingual tapestry of posts for RPG A Day. Before we get to the meat of the matter, though, I was very pleasantly surprised by receiving a thank you message of my own. And here it is. From the fantastically named Keep Off the Borderland podcast. Thanks for the kind words.
Hello, Anthony. My name's Spencer, and I wanted to thank you and David for the creation of RPG A Day Month and its continuation over the years. I've enjoyed contributing in previous years, but unfortunately I was unable to take part this time. So I was very pleased to discover the Casting Shadows podcast, and I've really appreciated and enjoyed listening to your thoughts, your contributions. So thank you for the podcast, also for your YouTube channel and the blog, and RPG A Day Month itself. Long may they all continue.
If Sir Isaac Newton had worked for Hallmark, I think it is probable that he would have added an appendix to the Philosophiae Naturalis Principia Mathematica on giving thanks. As can often be noted at things like awards banquets or during celebratory speeches, the act of thanking seems to involve, almost like a natural law, leaving someone unthanked. In a vacuum of thanks, everyone is equal, I suppose, but it's the creation of the thanked. In that moment, we also create the unthanked. Likewise, a blanket thank you, or the all-inclusive thanks everyone hose method dilutes the thanking to the point where it is scarcely detectable. It becomes the knee-jerk bless you at a sneeze. Nothing more than a trained and ingrained habit with no meaning or sincerity. However, such natural phenomena should not deter us from doing what must be done. Really, being thanked feels good, especially when it comes as a surprise, and its arrival lights up an area of our hearts and minds where the truth of our efforts was hiding away to protect ourselves from not being thanked. If we can't see that effort and can't see how it should be recognized, watered and fed to keep up its strength, then it cannot hurt us much when none of that happens. Being beings capable of empathy, it isn't too much of a stretch to imagine that this might hold true for others, that we might all have dark places where we hide an attaboy-shaped hole or two. But there's an enemy. And this enemy, like the Hydra, has many heads, and each head bears a venom effective in the battle against expressing our thanks. One head is called waiting for the right moment, and its venom causes us to not recognize the moment until it is past. Another head is called not knowing what to say, and its venom causes us to say nothing. Another head is they know we appreciate them, and its venom dulls our empathy to the point of taking our friends for granted. Maybe further. Still another head is we all had fun, and its venom is particularly potent as it reins in and mutes our appreciation for everyone involved, not just the friends who contributed a lot to the current session. Yet another head is agile and stealthy in its approach, nearly undetectable in its attack, and it is called, what about me? Its venom goads us into measuring all other contributions to play as being less than our own. It lengthens our memory for our own deeds while shortening it for those of others. The Hydra as a whole is the destroyer of fun through its war on sharing thanks. Worse, like any other Hydra, more heads can spring up if we manage under ill-advised tactics to cut some off. Each is different, devious, and deadening. We can only beat the Hydra by playing by rules we learned before we encountered it. We go for the heart. We think a moment, and we thank people for what they have done that we appreciate. And, as I know some of you may be thinking, if we find nothing to appreciate, well, that might be a sign of venom at work, right? One of the ways I recognize people that I might enjoy gaming with is that they are vocal in their appreciation of other people's characters. At the end of the session, they have something to say about what someone's character did or how an action or a tough decision was described. They have words of support or encouragement for the GM, and the date for the next session is in their calendar in pen. Not just these things, but these things matter. And when they themselves are thanked for their contributions, they light up for a moment. And that isn't always easy for people. For those of you who have followed the podcast this month and followed our posts in other venues, such as on Facebook or at the written blog or on YouTube in past years of RPG A Day, please accept my thanks for stopping by to listen to these thoughts on the prompts. If you also took part in the event, thank you again for that as well. I hope that you have found it to be fun and of worth. RPG A Day is an annual event for posting positively about role-playing games in response to prepared prompts. Its purpose? Simply to share our passion for this hobby amongst ourselves, to remind those who have fallen away from the hobby of what there is to love about it, and to entice those who are just getting in. All of the posts, hopefully, are linked together by the hashtag RPGAday 2021. If you're curious about previous years, search for RPG A Day and the year of your choice, going back 8 years. All right. For me, one of your hosts, thanks for participating, and for RPG A Day 2021, this is the end.